Yep. So we're gonna be doing another in my mind video here. So this was Friday's candle. We always mark previous day high and previous day low on every day, right? But that's guaranteed. Then we drop down to a 30-minute time frame and then we look for key levels at this point. So an obvious key level that we're gonna mark here is gonna be 23,671, right? And that's what we're gonna focus on at the moment here. So let's mark, let's go ahead and go to Monday at 9:30. Oh, sorry. We'll start at 9:30, right? So as prices here on the 5-minute time frame, what we're looking at is shorts because of how price is. Price is going up. Like if you look at price action from Friday, price is going up, came down, bounced at this key level, came down, bounced again, came up, and we put in a lower high here. So in real time, what I'm looking for is I'm looking at a high, a lower high, and another lower high. So coming into this day here, we have this low here and seeing price bounce here. So unless we get a strong close below here, it's probably not gonna be a good idea for shorts. So this is right at the opening. Never want to take that direction off the opening like that unless you see a 1-minute imbalance that's gonna be respected. And I'll show you here on the 1-minute time frame what happens. But we see price come down like this here, and then we drop down to the 1-minute time frame, and then we see this 931 imbalance here. And I avoided this trade here. I posted it in my chat. For you guys that's watching in the chat, I posted this imbalance and I said watch because I wanted to see if we respected it and came down and broke this low, and I would have been shorted it. But as you see here, let's watch. Prices inside this imbalance here, right? So in real time, you're looking like, okay, can we get another down close candle? Well, a down close candle coming outside this imbalance, or does it be respected, right? So let's mark this out and watch. So that gives us a little bit of hope there, but now you want to see a strong body close below that 709.75, right? Then you get a counter like that. Cool. We avoided a pointless loss there. So I'm not a scalper, but if I see a body close above here, I probably could shoot for long, right? Targeting at least this high right there. So it's about 30-point scalp, but I'm never taking a trade like that. So, so like if you were to take a trade here, you'll you'll go long and then you'll expect this imbalance to be respected, right? So as long as this imbalance isn't closed below, then it should continue higher, right? So here in this moment, if you're long, you're expecting this imbalance to give us another push higher and then break this high to continue. Then you're gonna counter like that, right? Now, in real time, you always want to look at different time frames, 2-minute, 3-minute, 4-minute, 5-minute, and understand because this level here is important at 709.75. So I'd be watching the 5-minute time frame to see how prices reacting there. And we'll see how the 5-minute candle looks here. at that level there. And the reason why is because once price broke down below here, it couldn't stay. So 5 minute is holding above there, right? So let's go back to the 1 minute time frame. So price starts to break. We create another imbalance here. Once we create the imbalance, that is invalidating this bearish imbalance, where I create another bullish imbalance and breaking that high. So that is a good sign that price will continue higher. So it comes back down into this imbalance here. And just like how I showed on the 5 minute time frame, that level, same way here is just inversed, right? You want this level to be reclaimed and continue higher. With the bullish um, bias in this type of scenario here, you have a low, higher low, higher low, and you're anticipating this low to be safe and the higher low to be placed in, ideally inside this imbalance, and we go and invalidate this bearish imbalance. And be watching this out here. Price breaks above. And then now that's a confirmed higher low here. And be watching for this imbalance to keep us higher. Price is already taking this out here, so that's 30-point scalp. Like I say, it's not worth it for me, but that's somebody that's scalping because I was looking for shorts today, and now we're looking for the next key level, which is previously high. That's going to be our next higher time frame key level. So wait till price get up there. We're watching. Price is still making higher highs, higher lows, right? So like I say, a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and all these highs, higher high, higher high, higher high, all of that, right? So we're continuing watching price. Go to the 5 minute here. So we're seeing if price can stay below this high here, right? That's what we're looking for, to see if price can stay below there. And then no imbalance on the 5 minute getting created, so that's not a really good sign yet. And then obviously looking at the 1 minute, seeing how this is playing out. So once we get this short here is a short that doesn't so it's not going to be completed. Like if you're shorting this here, 747, 748, down to 722. Like I say, another scalp. And I mentioned to my chat that it was scalpable environment. Like there wasn't any real continuation for my shorts anyway. So see this 5 minute imbalance. So I want to see that being validated. So see it tapping into it there. And then we have a potential lower high, potentially. Let's see. Price is bouncing. So that's you have to start viewing price here. Like you already know what this looks like on a 1 minute time frame. That's just a straight liquidity grab, and now you have a strong bullish 1 minute candle. All right. So it's a liquidity grab down there. And then seeing if we can treat this high as a liquidity grab or do we stay below it? So we keep watching price here. 5 minute. We invalidate that bullish imbalance, which is a good sign, right? That's a good sign there. And excuse me, price is moving. You know, price moves up higher. And that high that we marked there, right? That's important because we can utilize it as an intraday key level, right? Prices moving up higher still, and you're anticipating maybe a liquidity grab of high day, but your mindset shouldn't be like, I want to avoid chasing price. Like people feel like, all right, well, I missed the short and price is going up again, and then they get long and then they get fucked because you're chasing price at this point. You don't know what you're doing, just chasing price, hoping for something. So then we get a liquidity grab there, and price continues up higher. Get a nice bullish candle. Again, I'm not phased by that because I'm not chasing that price. It's just too much. It's moved up too high at that point. So We're just waiting for price to get a retracement back down. So we get a small bullish imbalance there, right? But we're still inside this price leg here, so not good enough for me to short it price just yet, but it would be a nice short here if you shorted this candle and maybe use like utilize that high. Maybe, but I had taken two shorts, which I was already down on the day, so I needed confirmation before I went short again. So then once I get that, that's a good sign there, right? That's a pretty good sign, but let's see if we can create a bearish imbalance here at this point. Nice bearish imbalance. So I started scaling into this here. Price is tapping into that imbalance and see if we can respect it. Still inside of it. And now you want to focus on this low here. Right, this is how I'm reading price at this point because if I can get continuation or a body close below there, then I can scale in more. I can add more. Nice push down. And we're just in the range right now. So see if we can get that break of that low. Nice body close below there. So you can scale in some more and then looking for some continuation below this previous day high level because that's our key level, right? So we want to see a strong body close below there. Nice. And now I'm scaled in my max here. And like I say again, this is our intraday key level that I said that we could use. So a strong close below here, we can see continuation to at least here, right? And then below there, what do we see? New low of day, right? And then we have our key level at 671. Right? So that's our new low of day, 680. And at this point here, we're just riding price down, right? Because we have a low, a high, a higher low, a lower high, a low, right? A higher low from this sequence here, this whole little sequence. I mark it out. So this whole little sequence here, and like I want you guys to understand. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. But we have a low, high, higher low, higher high. I mean lower high. This becomes a liquidity grab, break that high, but still a lower high from the highest high there, and then a higher low here, right? And then price breaks this high and breaks this high, which is why we have that line marked, right? And then on a lower time frame, this would like on a 10 or 20 or 30-second time frame, it'll look just like how the 1 minute looks now here, but we bounce here at this key level and then price continues higher, right? So price puts in the high here, low, put in the high, low, lower high, uh, I mean high, low, and then just continuing on down. This becomes a weak low, this becomes a weak low, and then back down to our new low of day, right? That's the idea here. So we continue to watch price. Now when price is doing this, right? This is important here. We are below this level here on the 5 minute time frame. If I were to switch the time frames, and I will in a second, but we see price here, and we want to see how does price continue to react at this level here. So we have a nice rejection here at 1250, 1251, and now we're looking for this low here to have some continuation so we can see some momentum to the downside. So price is having like a liquidity grab, but again, like I say, this high is important. That 1251 high. So then we break that high. Now this high becomes important, right? 1309 high, and we've broken down below that low. broken below here. So let's see how price continues to react. Price braces low again. Now you don't have to mark all of this, but this is what my eyes are seeing as we're continuing on down. So these we have a high, lower high, potential lower high, and we want to break below this low for some continuation. As long as we have a higher time frame map, we're fine. So price continues to break down, right? And then now we're at, let's go to the higher time frame here. So this low here was important, right? 709.75 because this was what was the low that was put in and we broke it down and we reclaimed it and went up higher. So now at this point, if we can get strong below this 709.75, especially on the 5 minute time frame, because that's what we're mainly watching here, because that's where we grab the level from. When we get a strong close below there, that's going to be very important for us because then we can see continuation down to new low of day. So you'll see once we get a 5 minute close below. So now here at this point, when you look at the 1 minute time frame, that looks like it's wicking on the 5 minute, but you'll be sure to mark this low, 1340 low. You want to see what that does there. Let me delete these. Don't matter no more. Right. So back to the 5 minute. Once we break below here, price is bearish. So even if price starts to move up higher, 715, you want to see price. You want to see price reject that level. So nice 5 minute imbalance. So price created a liquidity grab. As long as this 5 minute imbalance isn't invalidated, this is still going to continue down lower. So go to the 1 minute here now. And then we have that 1349 high. I think I mentioned that in the chat as well. So we invalidated this bullish imbalance, created a high inside a 5 minute imbalance, and now we're just looking for this low to get some continuation momentum below here, 1346 low. So we see here lower highs, right? High, lower high, lower high, lower high. And then price hits our 680.75 key level, right? Now we're looking for a 671 where price is going to meet for us here. And below 671, what do we see? This is an obvious target, which is 612. And I put that out to my chat as well. Right. Now, the reason why this is the magnet for price, look at this 30-minute time frame. It's very clear because this was the breaking point. We put in a high, came down, put in another high, higher low, and a little bit consolidation here before we had a impulse to move higher. So to draw that out for you guys, right? A little bit consolidation there, and then an impulse move higher. Hopefully, visually, this makes sense, right? So consolidation, then expansion, right? So, and it's the same thing reversed here, right? We have the breakout, and then we have consolidation, and then we have expansion. So price is consolidating. Like I said, we're bearish below 715. So that's all I'm focused on here at this point. Price had a nice candle down, and then we have a low there. So we're already anticipating price to break below this low and have some continuation. So nice little push there. and price is breaking down. So now we want to see continuation. Nice push down there, and then we have a nice candle. People get faked out on the candle like that. And I'm gonna show you why here on the 1 minute time frame. So I'm looking for continuation below here. Look at the 1 minute, and what do we have? We have bearish imbalances being invalidated with bullish imbalances. But again, look at the 5 minute time frame. We understand that unless bullish imbalances start breaking above here, and I have a higher time frame draw, then I can see that continuation. So managing your position, either you can take your profit at that 612, or if you want to squeeze out, and this is at like what time? This is at 1600. So like at 1600, I'm out, but giving you guys the idea of how I'm managing this if if it wasn't time for myself, if this was like at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., I will continue to hold this if my target was previously low until I get a bullish imbalance above here. This will be my stopping point. But like for myself today, I was out of the trade because this happened right before 4 o'clock and it hit my target. So that was it. But if this was early on in the day, I would have tried to squeeze a little bit more continuation out of this myself. But yeah, so that's pretty much how my trade went today. Like the same exact thing. That's how I managed it. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, please let me know and I can try to answer them or go over it. And if you want to hit me up, go back test with each other, just let me know, reach out to me, and we can do that.